Hey everybody, welcome back to my video. I'm channeling Yumi. We just got back from TigerCon and Yumi is hungry, so I'm going to cook her some dinner. We're gonna do something fun today. I found this right here at the grocery store. It's Spam, but it's teriyaki flavored Spam, and they have a picture of a little sushi roll thing on the front. So I am gonna make Spam sushi today. Okie doke, so we got our Spam sushi. We've also got our seaweed and sushi rice. We got these dumplings from the Chinese grocery store here, these dumplings. But everything else, you guys can get this at home because we got it all at Walmart. So our Walmart has a small, tiny, little Asian food section. So everything here except for the dumplings you can get at Walmart. So let's get going. I'm going to start with the rice, and I really have no idea what I'm doing. I've got a recipe here. 2 cups of sushi rice. I've already measured them out and they are here in this bowl. 3 cups of water. 1/2 cup rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, but we don't have, well, is olive oil a vegetable? Is olive oil a vegetable? I guess an olive is a vegetable maybe, or is it something that grows on a tree? I really don't know. But anyway, we're not using vegetable oil, we're using olive oil. 1/4 cup white sugar, a tablespoon of salt. Okay, so I've got my rice cooker and I'm gonna go ahead and dump in the rice. Somebody wants me to wash the rice before I cook it, so I'm gonna go wash the rice. As they say, I'm gonna wash that rice right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that rice right out of my hair. Okay, so what's next? 3 cups of water. 1 more. 2, 3 cups of water. How many people know where that comes from? Does it happen to be the Count from Sesame Street? And next I'm going to put in my 1/2 cup of rice vinegar. Pour that in. Ooh, that's strong smelling. It smells like vinegar. And 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Whoa. And I managed to do it without spilling any of it. Boom. Boom! 1/2 cup. Boom! 1/2 tablespoon. Boom! 1/4 cup white sugar, already measured out right here. And in it goes. Okay, so next thing is 1 tablespoon of salt. And I've already got that measured out. Boom, it goes in too. And I got a helper today. Hi, I'm helping. And I'm gonna go and put this inside the rice cooker. Sushi rice. Apparently sushi rice is a different kind of rice than the normal rice. Okay, so the next thing I think we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and work on the dumplings, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steam the dumplings first, and I'm kind of in the mood for fried dumplings, so I'm gonna steam them, then I'm gonna pop them in the skillet and brown them up, and hopefully they'll taste pretty good. Lay them around the edge. I'm not gonna cook a whole lot. Let's count them up. 1 dumpling, 2 dumplings, 3 dumplings, 4, 5, and 6 dumplings. Put the lid on this, and I'm gonna carry it over and put it in the steamer. And the steamer's just in a pot on the stove. The water will get hot, the steam will come up, and it'll cook my dumplings. And the next thing we should do is go ahead and cook up our Spam, teriyaki Spam. Help me hold the teriyaki Spam can. That's my new mascot. How many of you guys have ever cooked with Spam before? I like it because it makes, you know, nice, pretty shape. Wow, that's a mixture of Spam and teriyaki smell. It's unique. So we're gonna take the teriyaki Spam and we're going to slice it. 1 teriyaki Spam slice, 2 teriyaki Spam slices, 3 teriyaki Spam slices, 4 teriyaki Spam slices. Okay, that is a multiple of 3. 3 is a good number. Lots of things in the universe are attached to 3. Let's go ahead and make it an even 10 as a tribute to Monk. And cook them in the skillet. And I do have some teriyaki sauce here that I've already dumped out. We were running out of teriyaki. Like I said, she didn't want me to go to the store and buy anything, so I wanted to make sure that I had enough teriyaki flavor when I cooked this stuff up, so I put a little water in the bottle and shook it around to get all the teriyaki goodness off of all the inside of the bottle, and I'm gonna kind of fry this stuff up in my watered down teriyaki sauce. So as a tribute, I'm going to use my gigantic chopsticks here. Apparently these are cooking chopsticks. These are some massive Spam chunks, aren't they? Do you think I really should make a sushi that big? Or a Spam-chi? I guess it's a Spam-chi. Okay, so you can see the water's boiled out of the pan now, so I think they're probably done, so let's open it up and see what happens. There's some steam coming off, so I think those are done. Teriyaki Spam is finished. Each one of these teriyaki Spams, it's, I don't know, 2.5 inches long, maybe 1 inch wide or something like that. And I think it's really too big in order to make one piece of Spam-chi. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them into thirds. I think one of those will be just about the right size for a little serving of sushi. Do you want me to put a carrot on some of these? That's a pretty good idea, little mascot guy. Let me cut up a carrot. This is gonna make kind of a little topping to go on some of them other than just having the Spam and the seaweed. I'm cutting them thin. I'm gonna boil them in a pot for a little while. Yumi really doesn't like carrots to begin with. I'll just lay them on top along with some of the sushis. So those will be pretty good. Put those guys in there. We still got a few more minutes on the rice, so I'm gonna do something before the rice gets ready, which I think is going to be to fry up the dumplings. So let's go do that. So the dumplings are done, and you can kind of see them there. They look pretty good. I've got one that broke open, but the rest of them look really good. So I'm gonna set these aside until I get the sushis made. Now I've also finished cooking up the carrots. It tastes pretty good, not crunchy. Okay, so it looks like the rice is done now. I know I'm gonna burn my hand if I try to do it when it's hot. And I've never done this before. So my guess is you need to let the rice cool down a little bit. So while that's cooling down, I am going to cut up my seaweed. Actually, there's little perforations in that. Can you see the perforations? So I think all I really need to do is just fold along the lines maybe. I've got some ribbons here now, got ribbons. These tiny sushi ribbons, I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I'll eat them. And these seaweed ribbons are going to get wrapped around my little balls of rice with my Spam on top. So now we're going to get to the good part. We need one of those sushi rice ball maker things that they have at the sushi restaurants. Have you guys seen those machines? They put the rice in the top and the machine churns around and it pops out these little sushi rice. Yeah, I have no idea, but as I am mixing it around, the rice is getting a little bit stickier and it's starting to stick together, so maybe mixing the rice around is the right way to do it. If there's anybody out there that knows, make a comment below, let me know. Or I would be curious to find out about everyone else's sushi rice making knowledge. That's awfully hot. I'm afraid to stick my fingers in there and start making the sushi balls yet. I'm gonna let that cool down for a little while. Okay, I gotta think about this for a minute, but I suspect if you want them to look pretty, you gotta put them together in the right order. And like I said, I've never done this before. The ribbon on the bottom, then we put the next layer, which would be the Spam meat, and then on top of the Spam meat, we put the rice. We're gonna put our piece of Spam on top. It is hot. What are you supposed to do? It's all over your fingers. Ouch, ouch. I'm sure there's a trick here. More experienced than myself would know what that trick is. It's not pretty. I am not a sushi chef. I'm doing good just to get rice on these things. I've got a feeling the rice needs to be a little bit colder. You probably need to have water or something on your fingers, because otherwise it looks like this. The seaweed, and I'm wrapping it over. Okay, and then I'm turning it upside down. Kind of looks like that one's not too terribly bad, so I'm going to set that guy right there. I actually think you could get filled up on this pretty quick, because that's a lot of rice underneath. I'm going to put the carrots, spams on top of that. I'm going for the middle spams. The middle spams are square, so it makes them look more consistent. That one's not too bad. And I was thinking, I guess the interesting thing about this is you could actually make this dish and you don't need the teriyaki spam. You could pretty much use any kind of spam. You can flavor it any kind of way you want. You know what, now that the rice has cooled down, it's a lot easier to deal with. It doesn't burn. There are those people out there who would be afraid to eat sushi, but if you wanted to make something that is sushi inspired for your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or your pet, you could make it out of pretty much any kind of meat. You can still get the sushi look. Actually, I just put a little water on my hands, and now that they're cold, you can actually manipulate the rice a little bit better if you've got cold water on your hands. Here's the deal, guys. I'm looking at these and I'm not totally disliking them, but there's not much color to them. And you can kind of see them here on camera. I mean, they probably taste just fine, especially after you put some soy sauce and maybe a little bit of ginger on it, because I've got some ginger. But there's not very much color on them. So I think some of these I'm going to go ahead and add a dollop of wasabi on them. Give them a little bit of color. Okay, I'm not going to put wasabi on all of them because Yumi doesn't always like wasabi. You know what, we got some needle mushrooms in the fridge, so I'm going to quickly cook up a couple of needle mushrooms and make a few of these with needle mushrooms on top. Okay, so I've been cooking the needle mushrooms, and they're kind of fried them up in the pan here. So some needle mushrooms on top, and we'll put a spam on top. Here the rice, wrap it over, and that's a needle mushroom one. And for my first time doing this, I guess it's not so bad, but it's certainly not super pretty. But for all you guys out there, you do this for your girl or your boy or your pet, and it ought to be worth at least some kind of brownie points, right? But this is what it looks like right there, guys, and it doesn't look too terribly bad. I am thinking that I don't want to serve just that for dinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very, very, very simple egg drop soup. So what I did was I'm going to put some water and I'm probably going to just flavor it with a little bit of soy sauce, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, and then scramble up an egg and drop it in. I have no idea if that is the right way to make egg drop soup, but I might use a little vegetable base or something just to give it a little bit of flavor. But it's the way I'm going to make my egg drop soup. I'm going to use a little bit of vegetable base just to give it some flavor. A little bit of soy sauce. And I shouldn't be doing it over the burner because it's burning my fingers. Usually I put some onions in there, but like I said, we're out of everything, so I don't even have green onions. So I'm going to put just a little bit of salt, not much. I wanted to have a little flavor, so I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder in there. Okay, so I did just decide I'm going to put a little bit of these mushrooms in because I do have some leftover needle mushrooms. So you know how I just put the needle mushrooms in the soup? I realized that we've got green onions growing in the yard. They're weeds. I keep pulling them up, poisoning the darn things, but they won't go away. The internet says they're edible. I don't know. Should I put them in the soup or not? Yumi heard what I was doing, and she just came over and handed me a phone and said, you better read it. In good garden soil, wild onions might grow a little bigger than in the lawn, but you won't get anything remotely close to the bulbs sold in stores or grown from onion sets or of seeds. Are yard onions edible? The wild is full of edible plants. Humans have eaten edible plants long since before agriculture. You can eat wild onions and grass. I don't know. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do this. So here's what we're gonna do. Make some comments below. I'm not going to put this in our dinner tonight because I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to do it. Make comments below. If you guys want to see me cook a dinner from stuff I find in the yard. Yeah, stuff I find in the yard. Cook a dinner from things that I find in the yard. If you want me to do that, comment below. You know what? If enough of you guys want to see it to where I feel like you'd be interested, I will figure out a way to cook stuff from things I find in the yard in a future video this summer. So let me know if you want me to do that, but I'm not going to do that with these though. And there is our egg drop soup. It's soup, and I dropped an egg into it with needle mushrooms.
It looks really good. It tastes like a restaurant food. It's really, really, really good. The rice is really good.
Okie doke.
I think I can eat the whole plate.
Okay, so I've plated everything up, and I am going to start setting up the table.
Wow, it looks so good. It looks really good. Can I try it? Okay, I will start with soup.
Probiotic drink.
Wow, the dumplings looks good too. So you spend about 2 hours. It's really tasty. Wow, ginger. It's really, really good.
Do you really like it?
I really like it.
I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna get a piece of ginger. I'm gonna try one of the wasabi ones down here with the carrots. Okay.
It's very fresh.
Fresh from the can. This can of Spam.
The rice tastes good.
Mmm.
It's too strong?
The wasabi got my nose. Oh. So the teriyaki sauce is sweet.
Yes.
The Spam
It's salty.
salty, and then the wasabi is spicy. So we've got salty, sweet, and spicy.
And some ginger.
And some ginger. It's actually, I'm okay with it. I was nervous that it was going to taste bad, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. It needed the wasabi paste on top because the wasabi flavor on the Spam is just too mild.
Okay, I will put a little bit of wasabi.
Not bad. That's good enough, right?
This is really tastes like sushi rice.
Well, that's because I made it like sushi rice, right?
We can make our own sushi. We have some fake crab.
These are really big mouthfuls. I mean, these are large. These are really large. Huh.
Yes.
So what do you want to make if we go back to TigerCon next year?
This can be a good idea.
Okay guys, so that was actually pretty good. Actually, I was surprised. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. I thought the Spam container was kind of gimmicky, but it actually wound up tasting pretty good. I'm full. I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough for a full meal, but it was. And I think it was those gigantic rice balls that made it so filling. But it tasted really good. Yumi seems happy. She's still over there eating. She asked for the leftover Spam pieces, so she's over there eating the leftover Spam pieces. Okay guys, well that was our Spam, Sushi, Spam, Sushi, Spam, Sushi, Spam-shi dinner. And it was actually pretty good. Yumi seemed pleased with it. I got full, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I would recommend to you guys that if you're sitting around home and you want to try something a little bit different, take a can of Spam, some sushi rice, and make yourself some Spam sushi. Okay, until next time.